What? Good start. All right, Coach Legando, I know you don't need this.
What's that?
I know you don't need this one. So again, Coach Legando is a head coach at Huron High School for 28 years, I believe. Elementary school teacher for 40. Right now, he's retired. Does public speaking as a book. I was going to put that in the reading his book right now, very inspiring. And I coached high school football for 10 years, Avon, Vermillion, different places, and always heard about the different people here on football, the tradition they have, and just the kind of kids they produce. So.
First of all, this is pretty impressive. 40 years in education. I taught kids this high. And then I got into varsity football the other end. Now I'm going to tell you the most important person, the most important people in a football program, who they are. And every guy in here is going to disagree with me. Come get me. You ladies, you're the most important people in a football program, and I'm going to tell you why. Boys don't like showing weakness to dads. It's not something they want to show to dad. But they will talk to mom about the fears that they have deep down inside. And if you're there to really listen and to understand, they got a better shot of getting where you want them to go. I'll tell you one quick story about moms. I had to interview for a college paper someone in my neighborhood that had a special story for you. He was a World War II vet. I said, what's the toughest thing that you had to go through? He got wounded in the Hürtgen Forest in Germany, took shrapnel in the hip. I said, what's the toughest thing? He said, laying on the field, wounded for 24 hours and listening to all the soldiers around me who were wounded. Now, moms, look at me. You know what they were saying? Every last one of them, the best he could tell, is mommy. Every one of them needed their mom. In this day and age, it's different than when you went to school. It's a lot different than when you went to school. Things come at these kids so fast and furious that if you're not there really tuned in, you're going to lose them. I've had kids this eye that have that sparkle in their eyes, this tall and have a sparkle in their eyes because they want to grow up and they want to be successful people. But they get around the wrong people. They start dabbling in the wrong stuff because it comes at them so quick. What you should want, and I say this to moms all the time when I coach, you worry about concussions. Okay, don't have them play ball. Let them wander the streets, and then you'll wonder why they're looking at you with this dazed look, and deep down inside you know what's going on. They need to be around good people. They need to be fighting, learning how to stand on their own 2 feet. The NFL picked one coach from every state for a football summit that they had in Canton. They picked me. They sent flyers to every coach. Fill out your philosophy of football. During the season, I don't have time to fill that out. So I put one sentence, page after page ahead, you're supposed to put your philosophy. Through the vehicle of football, teach young men how to stand on their own 2 feet. That's what this is all about. You can't fool me. What these kids need is to learn how to stand on their own 2 feet, and football just happens to be a pretty good vehicle. People used to say to me, you act like football's the most important thing in the world. I do not believe that. I think working with kids at any skill, at any walk of life, at this age when they're at a critical time in their life, when the decisions they make can stay with them for a lifetime. To me, that's pretty important. I don't care if it's football, I don't care if it's soccer, I don't care what it is. Give them confidence. Give them confidence. And to the men here, I'm going to tell you this, and the ladies, listen to this. I have coached kids that started in Michigan, West Virginia, Penn, about 6. I got a kid that plays right now for the Seahawks. All right, I coached a kid who played for New England Patriots. Every one of them was a captain of his team. Any guy that I've had that's played college football was a captain of his team. Every one of them, National Honor Society. Every one of them, good people, good ambassadors for football. I never coached a high school game where the team on the other side had more people than we had. That's what I'm proud of. That's what I'm proud of. Every little kid needs to feel valued. They need to know that mom and dad, listen to me, dads, they might not be as tough as you. They might not be as tough as you. They might be a little bit afraid, but they still need what you needed. They needed confidence. They needed someone to believe in them. Guys, listen to me. 40 years in education, I taught a lot of kids who at home, they were used as a punching bag out of a frustrated mom or a frustrated dad. Okay? They need somebody to believe in them. And they all still love their dad. I don't care how many times somebody has been worked over. They want their dad to love them so much. Even after getting whooped on, they want their dad, love the kid. I know I said this last year. Love that son. Right now I have a son. He's 50 years old. He battles depression like nobody's business. You know what I wish I could do? Go back in time and make sure he knows that I love him regardless of how hard he's playing the game of football. That I'll be there whether he's sitting the bench, whether he's out on the field, whatever. If as a dad, you just want to sit in the stands and pump that chest up because my son's crossing the goal line, find something else to do. Find something else to do. Okay, your son needs your support. He needs you to love him and to believe in him. I get all worked up. And by the way, I'm not going to keep talking if I don't get one of those shirts. I love those shirts.
I got you covered.
Yeah, I get worked up. You would too if you had 40 years in education, working with little guys like this. And you know what? When I first got in, and I said this last year, and I want to say it again. When I first got involved in education, I just wanted to coach. I think I know how to coach kids. Until I realized they really need you. Until I realized that what I have is something special for little people. When the principal called me in and she said, Tony, we got a little guy, he's not in your homeroom, but he said he feels safe when you're around. Wait a minute, some little guy feels safe when I'm around? I was a rough little kid. This guy feels safe when I'm around. All of a sudden, the victories didn't mean as much to me. Can I make a difference in a kid's life? And if he's afraid of contact when he's 10 years old, stay with him. Because he deserves that. Make any sense at all? You guys are sleeping. I better hold you up. Okay. I've won over 200 games. I'm in the Ohio High School Hall of Fame. I've been beaten by the state champs 4 times, twice in overtime to the bench. I don't care about any of that. I care that when I see a ball player who I have coached, I can look in his eye and I can say, I gave you all I had. I gave you all I had for 28 years. Woody Hayes said toughest job in America is to go home to your hometown and coach football because everybody wants something from you. He's wrong. Toughest job is to be a coach's wife. To sit there in the stand and hear them all chewing away. You know what I mean? So keep in mind, these guys, I'm sure, are giving you what they got. It's hard. But I'm just going to finish by saying this again. Life's different than when you were in school. They can, out there in society, they can grab your kid and you'll wonder where they went. You'll wonder what happened to that little guy that I was so close with, and now somebody got inside your head and started rattling around, and I lost him. Don't let that happen. Support. And moms, trust me, you are the most important people in a football program. I got 40 years experience that tells me I know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Hey, and if I don't get a shirt, forget everything I said.
Coach, what size?
No. Keep those for your coaches.
All right, guys, 6:59. Holy smokes, we're 30 seconds early. My wife, by the way, great coach's wife, for like she's pulling out, dropping stuff off. And, Joel, I love you, but one piece of advice. Okay, what's this gonna be? Should just end on time. So we did it last year too. That's it. I mean, any questions? Let me or coordinators know. You got always sending emails out with more details. That kind of stuff is kind of email. This is the stuff that the magic's in person. I mean, it's the safety stuff, the inspirational stuff. I mean, it's just not the same as an email. So, again, our goal is to be excellent. Our kids deserve the best from us. You know, another great coach, Kyle, I remember he talked about, like, your kids deserve for you guys, future coaches, to be on the top of what is going on. Whether it's safety or X's and O's or whatever it is, like, your kids deserve the best from you. So, that's what today was about. If you need more raffle tickets, see this guy? If you need to pick up jerseys for your kids over here. If you come see me for Q&A, coaches, we're going to have Coach Weiss and Coach Legando just talk to us as coaches. I got a couple things to say. And that's it. Blue Devils on 3.
1, 2, Blue Devils on 3. 1, 2, 3, Blue Devils.
Oh, that was terrible. Blue Devils on 3. Blue Devils on me. 1, 2, 3. Blue Devils. Oh, my gosh. Blue Devils on 3. Blue Devils on me.